I want to start off with talking about genetics. You might say, what is genetics? Well, genetics are the study of our genes. It's the color of our hair, color of our eyes, and even the texture of our hair. Genes determine many aspects of our lives, some good and some bad. My name is Jody Ann Green, and let me introduce you to my mother's side of the family. They are a warm and friendly group of people who I love so much. I have a genetic disease called PKD. My mom's great grandfather had this disease and he passed it down to my mother and grandmother. My grandmother and great aunt sadly died from this disease. Standing by my mom at difficult times taught me a lot about this disease. So my job today is to educate you to spread awareness for PKD. I'm going to talk to you about what PKD is, the functions of a kidney, and symptoms and diagnosis of PKD. So let's get started. As stated by the PKD Foundation, PKD is one of the most common life-threatening genetic diseases. There are two types of PKD, autosomal recessive PKD, which is rare, and autosomal dominant, which is more common. This is the gene that runs in my family, and this is the one I'm going to talk to you about today. PKD is passed from person to child. If one parent has it, the possibility is 50% that the child will get it. However, 10% of people diagnosed with PKD have no family history of the disease. It's a spontaneous mutation. So now I'm going to show you the polycystic kidney and a normal kidney. Looks like this. Poly means many, therefore many cysts grow on the kidney and these cysts destroy the function of a kidney and destroy the tissue as well. A normal kidney is the size of a fist and a polycystic kidney is much larger. My mom's was the size of a football and they can weigh up to an average to 30 pounds each. PKD is the fourth leading cause of kidney failure. If you have the gene, you have the disease. The severity of the disease differs among individuals, so much so that members of your own family can be affected very differently. If your kidneys fail, there are only two options, dialysis or a kidney transplant. Each of us has two kidneys, but we only need one to live a healthy life. So now I will tell you about what a kidney does. The function of a kidney, defined by the National Institute of Diabetes and Kidney Disease, is to produce hormones and urine, filter blood, absorb minerals, and regulate blood pressure. The kidneys are located in the lower back, under the rib cage, and one on each side. Now that you know the basic functions of a kidney, let's move on to talk about symptoms and diagnosis of PKD. Some symptoms provided by the PKD Foundation are high blood pressure, enlarged kidneys, kidney cysts, and if you have any of these, you should be tested immediately. You could be diagnosed with an MRI, blood test, or an ultrasound. If you are diagnosed, the only course of action that you could take is to live a healthy lifestyle. This is including exercising, controlling your blood pressure, and eating healthy. According to the PKD Life magazine, the Polycystic Kidney Disease Foundation, you need to change your dietary needs. In the early stages, you need to drink a lot of water, restrict sodium, and eat modest amount of protein. In the later stages, you need to limit phosphorus, limit potassium, reduce fluid intake, and increase protein. Like I said before, my mother had this disease, and here is her story. She said, and I quote, "At the age of 23, I was diagnosed with PKD, a genetic disease that I knew my mother had. At the time, she was on dialysis 3 days a week, facing a long battle. I was concerned about my future. Times were different back then and the information wasn't easily available. I accepted my diagnosis and made a commitment to live a healthy lifestyle. I did all I could to stay strong and not let this disease take me down. My mom received a kidney transplant about 5 years ago and she is going strong, living her life with this new kidney given to her by her best friend." So here is a success story, but we need more of these stories. So let's review what I discussed. PKD is the fourth leading cause of kidney failure. I've explained what PKD is and what the function of the kidney does, and some symptoms and diagnosis of PKD. What I want you to take away from this is the existence of PKD. It's a disease that not many people know about. There's no face. The PKD Foundation is here to answer any questions that you may have. I've taken this opportunity to educate you of the awareness of PKD. I am doing this to help my mother, my grandmother, and everyone who has suffered from this illness or has been affected, and other people who suffer from this disease. I'm doing my part so that someday, soon, hopefully, that there will be a cure. Thank you.